It is time for us to start working on our Titanic projects. Students are to choose a passenger on the ship and write a narration of his or her journey from his or her perspective.
That is a great project. Could you think of how students could create a digital version of their product?
No, I think that would take too much time. I think they should just write out the paper and then they can share it in author's chair when finished.
What if they were to write their own draft and then collaborate with someone who has chosen a passenger from the same class on the ship to check their information? Students could take their narrative and then use technology to create a digital presentation. You could create a folder in Edmodo with resources for them to use to save time. Students could post their final presentations in Edmodo for everyone to view.
Oh, I think that would be an awesome idea. Kids would be so engaged and the characters would really come to life. What a great way for students to learn about perspective.
That would take too much time, and students would not stay on task. It would be a nightmare for me to manage. I like just having them write a traditional paper.
But think about all the literacy skills that students would have to use to create a digital story. They will still have to write out their drafts so you can check their writing. If you set it up with specific parameters in mind, students will know what their limits are. I bet that they will be so engaged that management issues will not be a problem.
I don't know. So you think that everyone can do this project and be successful?
Yes, I do. You can give students choice in their work. You could put students in pairs so that they can work collaboratively on the project. This might help them complete it more quickly.
Oh no, then one person would be doing all the work. That would be a disaster.
No, you will just have to build an individual accountability in their work. Remember that professional learning we had around cooperative group work.
Well, it would take way too much time for every pair to present to the class. And what if the technology is not working one day? I would be totally off my pacing guide.
Instead of letting them all present, you could have them post their final project to Edmodo so that you can view them and give feedback. Then, you could let students speed share their products. Everyone does not have to see every project.
Well, I might try this if I could see it work in someone else's classroom first.
I would love to do this in my classroom. I will try this out first in my classroom and you can come observe how it works. You can give me feedback.
Okay, I will work with Mrs. Smith to do the project this way, and you go ahead with your ideas. We will share our results at the end. It has been 2 weeks, ladies. How did things go with your performance tasks?
My students did the most phenomenal work with their Titanic projects. One class decided to dress up like their characters and used an app called Morpho to summarize their person. Students rotated through 3 character stations and listened to the stories on the ePads. Another class used the ePads to share in groups what they had created. I gave them all a rubric to rate the presentations and give feedback to one another. I was able to view them all through my Edmodo account. Students said that this was the best project ever.
Well, I took home 116 narratives to grade, and I have not finished yet. It will take me at least another week before I can give them any feedback or know my results.
So, what do you think now? Which project worked best?